Good morning. Welcome. Love is who I am. In fact, here it is. Love is who I am. Gratitude is my attitude. Abundance is my nature. Well-being is my birthright. As you're welcomed into this space, allow this consistent mantra within you. You know, Eckhart Tolle was one who said, and I paraphrase him, but basically said that the reason for our suffering is that we want things to be different than they are at the present moment. And I would deduce that for me, that probably most of the suffering I've experienced emotionally is that I am resistant to what is happening. Anytime I'm resistant to what currently is, it's really the resistance to change that makes change hard, sometimes feels unbearable. It's not normally the change itself, as much as our resistance to the change. So I want us to sit with that for a few minutes this morning, as we remind ourselves of the difference between the temporary and the permanent. You see, when we go within, what we find is a place of permanent peace, stillness. And in that place of peace, we recognize that the residence there, the location we truly live in, is love and joy. And love and joy and peace are the highest places of vibration we can live. And we literally light up our world when we learn to vibrate at that frequency. And it's honestly not that hard. But the main key, I think, is to live in the awareness that more than what's happening around me, what's happening in me is most important. That the external world I was never meant to control. Maybe more than likely sent here to navigate, not control. To learn how to live within the world. Jesus the Master said, you're in the world, but you're not of it. It doesn't mean that you're separate from what's transpiring. You're at one with all of creation because it all emanates from the same source. When he's using the word world there, he's not talking about the earth. He's talking about the cosmetic, the cosmos that has been built on top of the world. You're not confined to the chaos of the cosmos, the world that we think we built. You're not confined. You're certainly not defined by it. Unless you allow yourself to be. And then you are as you travel here. So I'm going to invite us for these few moments to really rest back into the reality that things are as they are. And this is not giving up on shifting. In fact, it's the opposite. See, as we go within, we stop going without. We start to shake off being caught up in the forest so much that we are not able to see the trees. Our vision is clear. Our hearing is clear. Our calling becomes clear. And instead of working on the world, our work is within our own self to awaken and rise into a higher place of consciousness. That means we start living from love and joy and peace. We drop off judgment. We become love and joy and peace mental instead of judgmental. And that we literally shift the consciousness of the planet vibrationally. I want to encourage you in this work that you're doing. You are already upgrading the planet's operation. When you see all the things that are going on in this world that looks like it's completely falling apart, this is not about denying it, but it's maybe more about denying it the ability to infect you versus affect you. The suffering happens with the infection of all of the chaos. You are helping this world when you are less chaotic, when you're more peaceful, and that peace is possible. Okay. Let's move into that place of peace. Become so familiar with it. I'll invite you now to consider gently closing your eyes and straighten the spine, soften the shoulders. Maybe drop the hands into the lap, or if you're lying down, just allow the arms to lie relaxed by your side. Consider shifting your sit bones until you feel like you're in a comfortable position. Or again, if you're lying down, just make sure you're in a comfortable position for these next few moments. Really feel the connection with the surface beneath you. Allow yourself to relax into that surface. Right here in this space, allow your facial muscles to relax and maybe become a little heavy. Allow the forehead to relax. Be intentional. Any muscles that are not necessary for these next few moments, just give them permission to take a break and relax. Notice the body becoming a little more heavy against the surface beneath you and really allowing that support to hold up your physical body. And even in that, allow your heart to be grateful for that support. I'm going to invite us now into a series of a few deep breaths, just bringing even more relaxation into the body. Preparing now for a deep breath, about 3 or 4 seconds in through the nose, and then exhale with a sigh. Preparing now for that first breath. Breathe in. And exhale. Yeah, that's beautiful. Feel yourself becoming even more relaxed as you breathe in. And exhale. Even more relaxed now. As you breathe in, and exhale. And one more breath here. Breathe in. And exhale. And now allowing the lungs to just take over as they so wonderfully do. And allow the breathing to return to its regular pattern. And just notice the breath now. Notice the feeling in the body of the breath coming in and the breath going out. We know that the highest frequencies there are on this planet are love, joy, and peace. So this very moment, we allow ourselves to enter through the beautiful door of love, unconditional love. And we flip on the switch. The light that illuminates this room of love is joy and peace. And maybe allow this thought, I am love. And from that love, I live joyful and peaceful. I am love. And from that love, I live joyful and peaceful. I realize that I am able to be joyful and peaceful within, no matter what's happening without. Because I am love. I am able to be joyful and peaceful within, no matter what's happening without, because I am love. Notice if there's anywhere in the mind or the body where there's resistance to this. And simply unclench. Let go. There's nothing to grasp, nothing to possess. Just to release and let go. In that place of resistance, imagine, if you will, that you're in a small boat. And you're rowing so hard. You're feeling challenged, as if you can't seem to get ahead. And you're rowing in this river, rowing and rowing. And you realize that you're rowing upstream against the current. You look over your right shoulder and you realize that the water is pushing in the other direction. Yes, but I've always been taught to go against the grain. So you feel like you have to. You're resistant to the flow, but not on purpose. You realize in this moment, this resistance is what you've been told to do, and yet logic starts to move in, a revelation starts to move in. And you decide to surrender to the flow of the river, and you turn your boat in the opposite direction. And at first you're rowing, and then you realize your tired arms. You don't have to row. The movement is leading you forward. The movement of the river itself leading you forward. So your instinct is now to bring the row inside of the boat and just relax. Feel the difference as you release and you let go of the resistance. Now the power of the river is working with you. And you realize you need not control anything. You just navigate. And along the way, you can navigate yourself ashore and experience the shore. And then when you decide to move on back into the water with the flow of the river, you go. Begin to feel as the muscles relax. Notice that now you're not so lost in the action of resistance. So your muscles relax. Peace comes over you, and now you notice the scenery. How beautiful. You couldn't notice that before. Too busy. Now you've released and let go, and you can see the beautiful scenery, the beautiful shoreline, maybe some mountains in the distance. The beauty and the rhythm of nature, the trees that sway in the wind, the birds perched in the trees. All the natural beauty of flowers and grass and the greenery that perhaps you were missing. And feel your whole being now clothed with a sense of peace and joy. And this voice inside that says, in your surrender and your non-resistance, you have found joy, joy and peace. And now you're moving with the flow. This power of the river is working with you. Feel that peace as it pours over you. And the stillness within. Love is who I am. And the product of that love is joy and peace. going to invite us into a series of 3 deep breaths, breathing in through the nose about 4 or 5 seconds, holding that breath at the top, and then releasing it with the Om. Preparing now for that first deep breath together. Breathe in. And exhale. And that second breath together. Breathe in. And that third breath together. Breathe in. And love is who I am. Joy and peace are the result of that. Love is who I am. Joy and peace are the result of that. And so preparing now to bring this time together to a conclusion, I'll invite you to consider maybe wiggling the toes and the fingers and allow yourself to stretch, to come fully back into the space in which you are lying down or seated. The beauty of this moment, bring those hands together, if you will, and rub them together gently. Maybe place those hands over your eyes. Feel the warmth. Consider opening your eyes behind those hands. Now preparing to bring those hands down to your lap. As you feel comfortable doing so, gently and slowly open your eyes. If you haven't already. And maybe allow your face to smile. Feel that sense of love and joy and peace. And I like to bring my hands either to the heart space or to the third eye, as it's called. I call it the primary eye. And so I bring my hands into the prayer position, and I bring my hands to my primary eye, and I say to you, Namaste, Namaskar, Amitabha, Aho, Om. Love and mercy, peace and grace, truth and tranquility, serenity, courage, confidence, compassion, kindness, bliss, ecstasy, loving awareness, love, joy, and peace, love, joy, and peace, love, joy, and peace. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you for being here. Now go and make it a great day, because you can.